I don't know how long it's been now. Master Discord sometimes messes with my perception of time. Sometimes it feels like eons, and others? If I didn't have clear memories of Lyrajack's little sister growing up and dying of old age after Scootaloo died in his adult mare-defying master, I'd think it all happened yesterday. The elements of chaos seem to have rendered us immortal. I'm informed by my master that some foolish ponies in Ponyville are trying to practice magic. Duty calls. Time to show these little ponies that magic is tragedy. My little pony, my little pony. Ah, my little pony. Their friendship was bright as could be. My little pony. Of course that was until they met me. Broken loyalty after it's done. A greed-filled heart not to everyone. Spreading cruelty was an easy feat, and tragedy makes it all complete. I have you, my little pony. Don't you know you're no longer very best friends? Howdy! I ain't seen ya around these parts before. I'm Apple Pie. Welcome to Ponyville. We call it the Chaos Capital of Equestria. It ain't nothing fancy, just means Lord Massa conducted Banana Boss Discord likes to have fun here the most, since it's right in view of his castle. He even has a big old throne set up in town square for when he comes to town. They say you gotta be suicidal, crazy, or crazy like a fox to live here. It's a big risk but big payoff, on account of Discords being just as likely to turn you into a dragon as to turn the air in your lungs into cement. Me? Nah, I live in Sweet Rock Acres over yonder. We can farm our rocks no matter what LMCBB Discord throws at us. Be it dessert, mud, ice cream storms, or vampire kinkajous, we'll manage. I'm here smack dab in the middle of the town square right now to sell this year's harvest along with the rest of the rock farmers. Oh, and maybe learn a little bit of magic on the side. Just don't be confusing me with that mean old Anchor Pie. Sure, we have the same last name, but I ain't no maniac. If she's any part of my family, she's the red sheep. The apples and pies are proud, and we ain't gonna change our names to spite some discordiac. Anchor Pie, she and those other 5 ain't got no proper fancy like title, like Duchess or Baroness or Ultrazord that Lord Master conducted Banana Boss Discord is always bestowing on every street sweeper and interesting shaped rock he happens upon. They're his 6, the elements of chaos. And, oh, speak of the devil, it's them, they're here! Puella, Casa, you Vergacorns, they'll be after you! Run for it! A few yards away from where I stand, Baragreed rips rocks out of the ground and forms them into pony shapes. Go collect titties from Mommy dears. She chats at them like they're alive. Her big fancy puppets then start taking every pony's crops right out from all our marketplace stalls. Oh no, she ain't. Hi-ya! I gave one of them stone ponies a good kick to the head. The head goes kashada! I'm an earth pony after all, born and raised on a rock farm. Knowing just where to hit him's as natural to me as breathing. No pony hurts Mommy's babies. Then the headless rock pony kicks me back. Dang, I think I busted a rib. The purple glow surrounds the rock pony as it comes to give me a smackdown. Just falls apart like the dumb pile of rocks it is. My baby! A Vergacon filly with purple stripes jumps on top of the pile. It's Magica! Don't worry, Apple Pie. I'll protect you. Flutterkrill dove right at her. Magica fired a beam of purple light that went straight through the Pegasus, but then she crashed. Ha! Run for it! I shouted. No, I'm not bowing down to these monsters again. Magica shouted. It's then that I realized all our neighbors are watching us. Some of them actually do run for it. Others decide, like Magica, that they've plumb had enough. Dang, that monster Anchor Pie is smashing anything that bleeds red. I see Puella and Casta pushing it with their magic against her, while Magica is dealing with the rock ponies. But that hot house of fury ain't stopping! And that wicked Flutterkrill is already getting back up! I sigh. Flutterkrill just had to jump into the middle of things like always. I hadn't even gotten to read my formal declaration. Angie Pie follows right behind her. This is why I dislike working with the others. Too unpredictable. Then again, with Master, unpredictable is the order of the day. And even that is not all that trustworthy. Oh well, might as well read it. No one listens to it anyway. I speak over the screams of pain and battle cries from our purge. Ahem! Attention, ponies of Ponyville. You have been discovered to be practicing magic, which is formally forbidden by Discord, humble servant of Equestria. Please cease immediately and your punishment shall be minimal. Resistance shall only result in greater violence. The precise list of your infractions is as follows. A stray piece of debris smacks me in the face, breaking my reading glasses. I just sigh again. Hey Twyla, I'm totally sure every pony's listening to you flapping your gun in the middle of a fight, but how about some help here? This is not a fight, Lyrajack. Just leave it to Flutterkrill and Angie Pie. They are perfectly capable of squashing this descent entirely on their own. The moment those two stepped onto the battlefield, all these ponies were as good as vulture meat. Yeah, that's so a good thing. No! No! Don't run and don't fight back either! It'll just encourage them! Tridodash shouted at a pair of parents who were trying to hide in an alleyway. Lyrajack looked at me. Why are most of us even here? I brought up a barrier between us and the havoc so we can discuss in peace. Fluttercurl is here because she thinks it's fun. Angry Pie saw a chance to let off some steam. Rarigrade thinks it was a chance to add to her collection. Her Dash is here thinking she can save lives. I was ordered to be here, and I'm trying to give a sense of order to this mess. Order? To something Master wants done? Chaos can exist without order. I am simply providing a service to Master. But what about you? Why are you here? 'Cause I see. Angry Pie and Fluttercurl were massacring anything on 4 legs, whether they had been practicing magic or not. Idiots. Dash was dive-bombing targets, knocking them out of the deadly duo's path. Rarigrade and her rock golems were collecting more rocks and crushing any pony they got in their way. I was sure my ever-omniscient master was getting a kick out of watching this. Would you mind kindly letting me out? Lyrejack asked. I gave a shrug and dropped the barrier. Lyrejack instantly chased after some foals who had hidden in one of the Ponyville's upside-down buildings. Die, monster! You don't belong in this world! A purple-striped Virgacorn filly teleported in front of me and released a powerful blast of raw magic at my face. I stare at her coldly as I waited for my eyes and facial muscles to regenerate. Attacking an enemy with raw offense when you are outgunned is reckless and foolish, filly, I tell her, magically grabbing her shoulder and hip joints and methodically beginning to dislocate them. Some pony has to stand up to you! Doing it in such a way that will only get you killed is a waste of lives and resources, especially when you personally have no means of harming the enemy. You should have known better. I magically toss her away, where she lands on the checkered ground so hard she bounces. Angry Pie and Fluttercurl are on her before the dust settles. Remember the Queen Cadence! I look up to see the sun momentarily in the sky before it shifted to the moon. I saw a small group of white equines with butterfly wings and feelers. Pure blue eyes of people stare back at me with grim determination. Fluttercurl sees them too and forgets all about the fools she was supposed to be bringing her and Master's wrath down upon. She grinned. Oh goody, changelings! She flies up to fight them. Dash follows, creating a sonic dark boom that scatters the butterfly-like ponies like insects in the wind. Yellow flames burst around the changelings for a second as they changed into more brightly colored poppies of Fluttercurl and Rainbow Dash and swarm us, the darkness making it more difficult to tell who is who. I still haven't figured out what magic Queen Cadence gave them that made it so Master couldn't just turn them into Parasprites with a wave of his paw. Master now regards them with a mix of amusement and annoyance. Oh well, just meant having to do things the old-fashioned way. Poor Magica was all forgotten about once the cavalry arrived. They weren't gonna last long. I love them changelings. They're baffling fighters and some pony banana boss Discord can't beat with a snap of his fingers. But they ain't no match for the elements of chaos. Magica, you can hear me, right? She was bleeding all over. Them animals, they'd cut up her stock eating my collecting nothing else. Oh, Cadence, a horn! Them freaks, they... I'm sorry, Apple. I didn't have the power. None of us did. I looked around, so many Virgacorns not moving, all of them so small. Boy, Lancaster, this ain't right. I'm tearing up. This here is wrong. Who ratted us out? Could be any pony. Could be no pony. Discord's ears are everywhere. Paranoia spun in my head. Was it Cream Pie? She'd been saying how magical learning magic was dangerous. Banana Pie? She said how it might be better to let the Virgacorns get hurt than help them. Poison Apple? She was taken to the castle and never came back a few weeks back. For the sake of Fluttercurl's fun. By now, we didn't know if she would ever come back. Sometimes they did, sometimes they didn't. Sometimes the ones that didn't come back were the lucky ones. Apple, I'm sorry. I should never have brought you into this. Don't be silly! Don't be silly! I was the one who wanted to learn Earth Pony magic like you wanted to learn Virgacorn magic. I chose to be here. I smiled at her. We just go in the flow. I'll steer the rapids how I choose. Why was my hood shaking? Silly pony. You should have been a poet. She nuzzled me like a weak old grandmother. Come on! These monsters are gonna lose! This nightmare is gonna end and we'll all wake up back on my family's rock farm. Let's have a party there! I bet Will and Cassie are already there. That sounds fun, doesn't it? Sounds lovely. I think I'll go ahead of you. She gave me a little laugh, then just stopped. I sniped the changelings out of the air one by one. Varigade was finally forced to look up from her rock hoarding when a changeling tackled her. You can't have them! They're mine! You hear me? Mine, mine, mine! The rest kept their distance after she had him trampled. I noticed several small Virgacorns were fleeing the scene, so that was it. I calmly brought up a force field to stop their escape. He got shattered a minute later by Trader Dash's sonic dark boom. Oops, sorry, Twilight. She looked sheepish as a changeling's broken body crashed to the ground from her sonic attack. I didn't respond. I merely finished off the changeling before it could get back in the air. Several more surround me, dive on me, surround me in a yellow aura, and kick up dust all at once so I can't concentrate on the Virgacorns. The short electrical storm gives them more to worry about. The sun rose in an instant, and I noticed a flock of hippogriffs were now zooming in at top speed from all directions. These troublemakers were more organized than they should have been. We've killed rebel leaders time and time again. Why didn't they just give up already? Angry Pie leapt off the floor tops and tore rings off hippogriffs before smashing in their faces. She's so focused on the one she's beating on that she doesn't notice the one behind her until it hits her so fast it shattered her spine and sent her flying clear out of Ponyville. Great, until she regenerates and finds her way back, we're a pony down. You can't have them! Rare Greed shouts badly as she floated pieces of debris and fired them in all directions at the newcomers in a hail of pain. Mine! Alleycat is still playing hide-and-seek with foals. Dash and Fluttercruel have to fight the changelings and the hippogriffs and dodge Rare Greed's reckless attacks. I redirect my shield's magic all forward to keep them from being impaled from Rare Greed's recklessness. This isn't a spectator sport! A hippogriff flies behind me low to the ground. I turn an eye and turn her to scorched bones in a second. I roll my eyes. This is gonna be a long assignment. Far too much time later, the changelings and the hippogriffs retreated after taking heavy losses. I began reanimated their corpses one by one and sending them to hunt down the survivors. Waste not, want not. Too bad they'd figured out a long time ago that undead aren't their family members anymore. Makes them far less effective. Fluttercurl grunted in annoyance as she pulled out Thorkin Plank from Rare Greed's indiscriminate attack. Will you watch it next time, loser? Rare Greed hugged a rock puppet and stuck her tongue out. Mine! Yankee Pie trotted into Ponyville on her 3 good legs, her expression smoldering. She assaults one of my reanimated hippogriffs, probably thinking it was the one who sent her flying. Dash just huddled in a corner. Jack trotted out of the upside-down building she had gone into. Done and done, completely spared. Not quite, Fluttercurl said. She was eyeing an Earth Pony filly holding the broken body of the Vergicorn who had attacked me. The Earth Pony's skew mark was a slice of an apple and an orange slice. Something seemed familiar about her, but I couldn't remember. That happens from time to time. Back off! I need this! Angry Pie snapped as she trotted toward the filly, leaving the doubly kill hippogriff lying in a heap. The filly didn't run. She didn't look scared either, just sad. Most ponies know there are cleaner ways to go if you wanted to die. Angry Pie raised a hoof right above the filly's head before Fluttercurl rammed her into a wall with her flanks. Finders keepers! Fluttercurl grinned as she raised her bladed weapon. Master teleports in among us, floating above the floor tops. Well, looks like you ladies certainly cleaned house. The filly laughed. Angry Pie's eyes narrowed in murderous intent. Fluttercurl brought the blade down before Angry Pie could steal her score. Stop at once! The bladed weapon stops just as it cut the first millimeter of flesh on the filly's forehead. A vertical red line bled on the filly's head and slowly dripped down her face. Jack, Dash, Rare Greed, and I barely held Angry Pie back as she hissed and snarled. She made us lose teeth a couple of times trying to break free. Master? Fluttercurl looked up at Master with honest confusion in her eyes. Let me at her! Angry Pie hissed. I said stop! Master boomed, finally succeeding in cowing Angry Pie. Fluttercurl bowed so low her face touched the ground. Yes, Master. Master teleported face to face with the filly, upside down, his feet and tail acting like they were standing on solid ground despite all logic. You laughed? Yeah. Why? I asked before Master could. Curiosity bubbled inside me for the first time in a long time. Hey, even in the darkest times, you have to find something to laugh about. Master made a small laugh himself, triggering another tantrum for Angry Pie. Master looked at Angry Pie, and I swear I heard him sigh. Your job is done. Go back to the castle. But, Master, I think she was one of the fillies practicing magic. Wasn't the whole... Discord shut Fluttercurl up. I said go back to the castle, young mare, or didn't you hear me? No, Master. Of course I heard you. Fluttercurl bowed again. Master rubbed his eyebrows. And make sure Angry Pie doesn't do anything stupid. Again. Yes, Master, we all echoed. You dear remind me of a mare I knew who was very fun to have around. Master glanced at Angry Pie, then back to the filly. Just keep on smiling, Beerly. Master grinned and gave the filly a thumbs up. What's her name? Apple Pie? Apple Pie? Master burst out laughing as Jack's jaw drops. Oh, that's rich, so rich! Kidda, you've made my day. Live and be happy and all that tripe. Master snapped his fingers and her injured ribs were healed, though the thing cut in her forehead remained. Apple Pie dared to reach up and feel it. Consider that little nip there from Fluttercurl a reminder of when you made the King of Chaos laugh! Master clapped, echoing into an entire audience's worth of applause. He then looked at us. Excuse me, did I or did I not? I telekinetically grabbed the others and pulled them in close before teleporting us all back at just outside the castle gates. I didn't know what Master was up to. He didn't do anything unless it was fun for him in some way.